I don't want to get her involved in this. I want to run her away. Like it's something like this. I don't want her involved in this. Okay.
It made contact and shattered.
At some point, Chris locates what's called a drive-in.
Brian Laundrie's body has been found. Law enforcement had considered Laundrie the only person of interest in the murder of his fiancée, Gabby Petito.
That's all it is the truth. So there's nothing to hide in that coroner's report. There's nothing to hide by not having Kelly take a polygraph. And if the truth comes out, and this was
reference to a missing 4-year-old, the parents have called me and advised that the mother had went for a walk, came home, now they can't find her. They've been dealing with water. She's been gone for about 10 minutes now.
Hello?
It's gone.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here. Today we are doing another live stream on Kiely Rodni. Thank you for being here for another ATS live chat as well. And thank you, Crime Curious, for renewing your membership and being a member here on this channel. If anyone else wants to become a member, I've linked the member link at the top of chat. It's also in the description box and on my homepage. So I just really appreciate all my moderators and everyone being here. Let me play some important information first regarding Kiely, and then I will say hello to everyone else in chat. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please subscribe. If you haven't liked this video, please like the video as well, and it helps keep Kiely's face and name out there in the algorithm, and it's a good way to support the channel as well. So let me just play. On August 6th at around I'm not seeing anything new on Twitter this morning regarding anything. So the only thing I'm seeing is Dog the Bounty Hunter said that he would be weary of tips regarding Kiely's whereabouts. So I'm not too sure what that's all about. But hello, Peach. Thanks for being here. Hi, Delana. Really appreciate Kelly Searches Equals Answers being here. Georgie. Kiely Rodni was last seen at a campground party in Truckee, California on August 6th at around 12:31 a.m. She is 16 years old. She has multiple piercings and the tattoo of the number 17 on her ribs. She is 118 pounds, has blonde hair and hazel eyes. If you have any information, please call 530-886-5375 or 911. She drives a 2013 Honda CR-V with the license plate number 8YUR127. She is described as 5'7" and was last seen wearing green dicky pants, a black tank top, and jewelry. Kiely also has scars on her left arm and near her wrist from a surgery. Her phone and her car are missing. So I just wanted to point this out. We already talked about it a little bit because I shared it on my community page. But somebody asked the Placer Sheriff Twitter, can you confirm that there was actually 200 to 300 people in attendance? And they responded, confirmed, 200 to 300 people. So I'd seen some people going around speculating that perhaps the party wasn't as big as Megs and Sammy made it out to be, and even this Ronnie character. Apparently, the cops are saying that it does sort of seem like, yeah, there was this much out there, and they've confirmed it. The other thing that was confirmed was Doug on No Thanks Investigates last night called the Placer Sheriff office, the dispatch line they transferred him to, and he basically asked if cops were called out to the campground the night of the party. And according to the person on the other line of the phone, she said no, they were never called out there. So we know that there were really that many people. And we know for a fact that the cops were not called out there. So I found that interesting. I had seen somebody, Peach said that Jagger is posting on his Instagram. What's he posting on his Instagram stories? The rumor about the fight, Peach, I don't think that was fake. The rumor that the cops got called out there because of it, it seems like Dispatch denied that ever happened. So I don't know what other rumors are being going around, but I do know that I listened to Doug call the dispatch at Placer Sheriff Office and asked them, did anyone get called out there because of a fight or, noise complaint or whatever? And they said no, nobody went out there that night as far as law enforcement. Good morning, BLN, and hi, Jax. And everyone else who I didn't say hi to, hello, thanks for being here. Okay, so now we know that is confirmed. The other thing I want to get into is, which is the title of like this live stream, is Kiely leaving the party and telling people around midnight that she wanted to go home. Now, I know that Sammy has painted the narrative that Kiely was super drunk and that she, was inebriated and she wasn't in the right state to drive. And she assumed that she was going to get a ride home with somebody else or she was going to sleep there because she was so drunk. And Kylie's a smart girl and Kiely knows better than to drive drunk. But that's the thing is like, we really don't have any proof that Kiely was even that drunk. And I'm not saying that there wasn't alcohol there, but the other thing is we do know that there was drugs there. And we do know that a lot of drugs are laced. So even if it wasn't intentional, there could have been some sort of accidental overdose or an accident just in general regarding some substances that they were using. As far as the fighting and stuff like that, and the rumor that Jagger dated Sammy at one point, I mean, that I thought was not true and that there was no basis to it, besides the fact that they were all social media friends, but Sammy and Kiely weren't social media friends. I thought that was weird. Jagger being friends with Sammy, her being friends with Jagger. I thought that was weird. But then I start seeing, and let me know if you guys have any other screenshots of this as well. I'd love to see more. Jagger liking Sammy's like posts, like her Instagram posts, like the one on the screen. That to me goes beyond like, oh, they're social media friends. When you're starting to like a girl's picture, that is like something deeper. Like maybe Kiely was the type who just didn't care, but for me, that would really upset me. And I know that girls handle things differently, and some people are jealous, other people aren't. I'm curious what you guys think in chat, and anyone watching this on replay, would you be upset? And here's the thing is, according to Kylie's Instagram and social medias, she wasn't following Sammy. So did Kiely even see the fact that Jagger is liking Sammy's pics? I don't know, but I would be very upset if my significant other, good morning, Florida Bass Fishing. I'd be upset if my significant other or somebody that I dated was liking a girl's pictures that I hang out with, or, just in general, I'd be upset. So what do you guys think about that? Would that upset you guys? A like is a like, nothing special for you. Okay. That's fair. Christy, it's also fair. This is a different generation. And I feel like likes mean more than what we think likes are like nowadays. Like, I don't know. I just feel like for them at their age, 15, 16, if you're liking a post and stuff like that, maybe it is different. A teenager has different feelings for sure. Like we don't know. Maybe it was just like a norm thing. Like her pics. This is sort of a risque picture for Jagger to be liking, though, don't you think? I don't know. Is this basically, I want to raise question to why she was telling people around midnight that she wanted to go home. Did it have anything to do with Jagger and Sammy? Did it have stuff to do with her being too inebriated and just wanting to lay down? Did it have anything to do with Sammy and Jagger? Did it have anything to do with a fight? I mean, I think it's fair to question Sammy's narrative, and Sammy is the only one who's basically saying that Kiely was so drunk, this and that. Like, was she really? Sammy's friend has been defending her online too. Interesting. Well, that's good that she's got friends to defend her. And hi, Scout Inquirer. Good morning. So good to see you. Are those screenshots on the screen all Sammy? Yes. Yeah. So this was screenshotted from a live stream, but yeah, it's all Sammy's picture. Obviously, this one over here to the left is the sweatshirt that Kiely was wearing. But yeah, on the right and in the middle, allegedly, this is Sammy. So let me just share my screen real quick to kind of dig a little bit deeper down this rabbit hole of why she left upset that day. So this is from Scott H. He is a true crime creator, and he's deciding to clip some of the interviews with the friends so that it's easily accessible for us researchers. And he's also adding his own commentary. So if you guys want to check him out, I definitely would. I just want to play the interview and see what Sammy has to say. Just once again, I know we've already listened to it, but I think just revisiting things, especially when we're talking about a specific topic, nothing seemed off according to Sammy with Kiely. So why was she telling people she wanted to leave?
Sammy Smith says she was the last person to speak with her at the party early Saturday morning. She was having a fun time at a party, just being a teenager. Everything she drank, I drank out of. And there was nothing that seemed...
She was just being a teenager having a fun time at the party. Anything she drank, I drank. What? My fiance heard that and he thought that was like so suspicious. Like, who has to reiterate that everything that she was drinking, I drank? To me, and my fiance felt the same. And you guys let me know what you think. It's almost like she's trying to debunk the fact or the theory that she could have taken something that she shouldn't have, or maybe somebody slipped or something. Sammy's pretty much debunking that by saying like anything she drank out of, I drink out of. Because remember, Sammy keeps saying that she thinks that Kiely was taken home by somebody and they didn't bring her home. So Sammy has put out the theory of her being abducted or taken by somebody. So here she is saying anything she drank, I drink out of. So that kind of debunks anybody's theory or ideology that something was spiked or, she drank something she wasn't supposed to. Somebody put something there. So that was an interesting little detail. I don't know. Yeah, that could definitely be true. This is BS to cover up that Sammy was drunk, not Kiely. I really think that it's possible that Kiely wasn't even as drunk. Yeah, I agree. She is a control freak. Something is really off, super suspicious. Right. I mean, it's just like she's getting ahead of things before people question things, She did that in the All American Dream Chaser interview. We've gone over that a lot, and there will be a clip that I want to go over again today in regards to that interview. And it just seems like she's taken the opportunity to spin her narrative, to really reiterate certain things. And she's using the media and YouTube to kind of create like, this is the avenue that everyone should be looking down. Don't even bother thinking that she was drugged with something in her drink, because anything she drank out of, I drank out of. So, she's just basically saying like, not possible.
Police say Rodni's phone has been out of service since the party. Her car, a silver Honda SUV like this one, also missing.
She drank it.
Missing since the party out at party with disputed teenager says she was the
Didn't we hear she was not in the right state of?
So that was her basically saying, everything or nothing seemed abnormal with her. She was just having a good time at the party. So why would Kiely be telling friends that she wanted to go home? That's something that I'm just really getting hung up on. I think that it means something, in my opinion, that she was telling people she wanted to go home. And I'm not convinced that it's only because Sammy says that she was so drunk. Like there's definitely something more going on. And I'm wondering, the exact reason why she wanted to go home. Here's something that I know you guys have seen on, who put this up? Crime Stories Obsessed. On her community post, she questioned, wait, is this Jagger? So the one on the right, I know you guys have seen this probably, is from the party, that picture that we got. And then it's Jagger during his Fox interview. So it's like somebody wearing a hat with long hair. Looks like they got a backpack on. So, is it possible that that's Jagger at the party? I thought it was a good catch. I'm not saying I 100% buy it, but I found that very interesting. Jagger's TikTok here. Can't wait till all you clowns see how innocent I am, laughing my ass off. And then people questioned, not saying you're guilty of anything, but this is sketch. And then he responds, because I have thousands of people accusing me of murder, and it kind of gets to your head eventually. I'm so sorry you're facing this. People just decided that they're a seasoned detective now and pinned you, even though there is nothing to go on. So, Jagger's over here expressing himself on his social medias. Maybe it's nothing, he is allowed to do that. But here he says, people are accusing me of murder, instead of saying like, people think I have something to do with Kiely's disappearance. You know what I mean? Or Kiely got lost. So, people are accusing me. Like, he used the word murder. So I thought that was interesting. I don't know if these have since been deleted, but yeah, WTF, nobody accuses him. I really haven't seen many people go down the avenue of accusing him. So I agree, but I don't know, like, what backlash he's getting. I don't think it's him. If honest, could be wrong though. The comments on here, I mean, I don't know. I'm just sharing. People who follow him, I guess, have screenshotted this stuff. So I believe you, dude, but a couple of her friends seem a little shady, to be honest. And he liked that comment. So it seems as though Jagger is agreeing, some of Kiely's friends seem shady, enough for him to like that comment. I'm sorry this has happened to you. Send positive vibes your way and hope she will be found safe and sound. And he liked that comment. And then this next one, what do you think of Sammy Smith? Is she guilty? And then somebody commented, not Jagger, she's a clout chaser and wants to be the hero. But Jagger liked that comment. So he didn't respond, but he liked that comment. And then this one we've already seen before, but I want to take a new look at it. Jagger, I never dated Sammy. I dated Kiely. And I was happy that he set the record straight on that, because a lot of people were kind of running with the whole, there was a love triangle, et cetera, et cetera. And I wasn't really believing it. But then, I start thinking about her telling people around midnight that she wanted to go home. And just the fact that, it doesn't seem like Kiely and Sammy were as close as it appears. And the fact that Jagger is liking Sammy's pictures on social media, it's making me feel like there was some situation possibly going on. For some reason, Kiely was uncomfortable there. Whether it has to do with drinking or drugs or whatever, she wanted to go home around midnight, and I want to know why. So, Jagger, I never dated Sammy, I dated Kiely. Okay, maybe he never dated Sammy, but hear me out, guys, and tell me what you think. But could he have hooked up with her? Could there have been something besides like him dating her? Like, Sammy might not have been his girlfriend. So the statement's true. I never dated Sammy. I dated Kiely. But did he hook up with Sammy? And like, unfortunately, we kind of have to go down any avenue and everything up on the table, including like some, situation where there was some sort of jealousy, or he wanted her friend. I mean, I don't know. I think everything's possible. And even though he's saying, like, I didn't date Sammy, he's not saying that he never hooked up with her. Like, I know that they're not asking that, but, I just think it's noteworthy that he's saying, I never dated Sammy, I dated Kiely. But that doesn't mean that something didn't happen. I'm not saying something did, but the whole point of this live stream is to talk updates and to kind of figure out why exactly Kiely was telling people around midnight that she wanted to go home. I'm just getting really hung up on that.
16-year-old Kiely Rodni. We do not have any new leads, and that I can.
This is from the very first week, and this is where I'm getting the whole she told friends she wanted to go home. So let me just replay this to refresh everybody's memory and to kind of swirl the ideas around in your guys' head too. Izzy Rose said, in my opinion, Sammy was jealous of Kiely. I think that's definitely possible. Yeah, she had a curfew. That is why Kiely needed to leave. Like, maybe that's why she's saying that she wanted to go home. Telling people that you want to go home and that you have to go home are two different things, though. And her calling, good morning, Ashley, her calling her mom, or texting her mom to stay longer, and then telling people that she wanted to go home, like, I'm confused on. So either that text message could definitely have been staged by other people texting the mom. That's definitely a possibility, even though her mom doesn't think so. That adds even more like confusion of why she's telling people verbally that she wanted to go home after texting the mom and buying more time at the party. You know what I mean? So obviously it seems like it was Kiely texting the mother if people have seen her at the party and talked to her at the party afterwards. So I don't know, guys. Like, I'm wanting to know why exactly. Maybe she wanted to go somewhere first, right? Like, maybe she wanted to get out of there. I don't know. Let's listen to this again and refresh.
Tell you it was very frustrating for us.
After the California teen disappeared from a party with hundreds of other kids at a Lake Tahoe area campground in the early hours of August 6th.
Out of the 200 to 300 juveniles and young adults who were at that party, somebody knows something about Kiely.
Police releasing this image showing Kiely at a local store hours before the party, and an image of a hoodie.
So the press secretary right there did confirm again that there was 200 to 300 people there. So I don't think that she's going to go on there and they're not going to say that there was 200 to 300 people there if there wasn't. So I think that we can kind of believe the confirmation of that big of a party.
Loaned to Kiely before she disappeared. Her silver Honda also missing.
Shortly after midnight, she had verbally communicated to her friends that she was wanting to go home.
Shortly after midnight, she was verbally communicating to her friends, plural, that she wanted to go home. So that's just so confusing. Like, texting her mom buys her more time, wants to go home right around the time that Sammy is saying that Sammy went home and left her. And then Sammy says, Kiely called me right after I said goodbye to her and was wondering, hey, where are you? What? It's just not making sense. Sammy's stories, it's not aligning. And the whole anything she drank out of, I drink out of too comment. I mean, then would Sammy be willing, and maybe, did she give a toxicology? Is not that they probably did, but I'd be curious to see Sammy's toxicology. And if you were drinking, the same as Kiely, then, it'd be interesting to see that. That's all. So Sammy is claiming, she said goodbye to her, gave her a hug, I love you. And then Kiely calls her at 12:36, 3 minutes after law enforcement are saying that her phone went off, had no activity. It's just not aligning. There's a lot of things that Sammy says that the cops are saying, like, no, that's not true. And we kind of pointed that out in my live stream the other day with Sammy saying that we have hundreds and hundreds of videos and photos of the party, but none of them are of Kiely. And then law enforcement went out on Twitter saying, like, no, we definitely don't have hundreds and hundreds of videos and photos. So which friends, because we know that she told Elsa, a girl named Elsa, Elsa claims that she saw her around midnight. So was she telling Elsa she wanted to go home? Because this press secretary makes it seem like there's definitely more than one friend that she was telling around midnight that she wanted to go home. I don't know. Let me just check chat. Good morning, Southern Mountain Girl, Twisted Gemini. Hello. Are law enforcement allowed to confiscate everyone's phone? They definitely would need a warrant, which needs like reason to search. Like they need reasonable means to just do that. Not that it would be doable, but it would be super interesting to see a guest list of the parties and ages and home addresses, which schools they go to, if still in school, who was there, right? And I'm sure law enforcement have done all that tedious little admin work. All right, guys. So that's, I wanted to say, and raise the question of why she's telling people that she wanted to go home after asking her mom to stay out later, right around the time that Sammy is saying, I left her there at the party, so it's just not really jiving with me. I have reason to think, and it's just my hunch that Sammy possibly was driving. I don't know. This is just my theories, and I feel like everything is still up on the table. So now that we've kind of raised questions to why she was telling people she wanted to go home, the other thing I kind of want to talk to you guys about is the bodysuit and her outfit that she was wearing. So this is just, bear with me, guys, because this conversation has kind of gone around and we've discussed it on CDT's live chats. And I felt one way about it to begin with. And then now I'm starting to think like, okay, wait a minute. This could be something else. We already know that Sammy has given strange information that wasn't really like, not that it wasn't accurate. Well, yeah, she's given information that law enforcement is saying, no, like it's this way. Her saying that they have hundreds of videos and photos, law enforcement saying like, no, we definitely don't. And then law enforcement saying she could have this hoodie in her possession, the black one. Sammy never mentioned the black hoodie. Law enforcement also came out saying, well, actually, we have a video of her wearing this white hoodie with pink letters. Sammy never came out and mentioned that pink hoodie. So, it's like, why? Why are they doing that? So, all right. Is this a tank top or a bodysuit? Does it really matter? That's what I was kind of at first. Like, does it really matter? Well, if we're going to kind of question Sammy's account of things and kind of hone in on things that she's saying, it does matter, because if it's a tank top and Sammy's out here telling us it's a bodysuit, why is she telling us a different outfit than Kiely was really even wearing? So, she never mentioned either of the hoodies. She never mentions her black Vans that she was wearing. And then, of course, she says that it's a bodysuit and she watched her change, and that's how she knows. And she says that she changed her pants also. So, according to Sammy, these pants are not what she wore to the party. According to Sammy, that is a bodysuit, not a tank top. And, I decided to go back and kind of look at some flyers and just some information that was first put out on Kiely in her description. And I know that it's super small to see probably, but if you guys screenshot these flyers and then zoom in on your phone, you'll be able to see that here near the bottom, like underneath where the car is, it describes a black tank top. Oh yeah, right over here near underneath Kiely on the left side, it says green dicky pants, black tank top, numerous piercings, jewelry, and nose ring. And then the purple flyer also says black tank top. So again, is it just a detail that we're just getting kind of hung up on and we don't even need to jump down this rabbit hole? Or is it Sammy who is purposely giving us false information? You know, she even said that the sticker on her car was a bull. Come to find out it's a ram. Like, I know people could get things mixed up, but it's just the fact that why is Sammy like, I don't know, you know, is she getting it wrong on purpose, or is she, you know, to spread misinformation, or is it just accident? It could go either way. And the purple one says black tank top. So these are just the early reports that she's in a black tank top. We look at clothing that she has, and she wears a lot of tank tops. This flyer here says the same thing: black Dickies, jewelry, and or green Dickies, black tank top. This was a media source from an article when everything first went down that I saved in my screenshots. Black tank top. This comes directly from the Find Kiely website that her family and, you know, trusted people have put together. And it says green Dickies, black string strap tank top. So this to me could definitely be a bodysuit. It's hard to tell. So maybe this is, you know, what she was wearing that night. Let me just see. Are you guys kind of following what I'm thinking? You know, like, at first I thought that that was just a stupid detail that we were kind of hyper focused on, but it seems like most reports were saying that she was wearing a black tank top at first. So for Sammy to come out and, you know, not mention the black tank top and to specifically make it known to all of us that no, it's a bodysuit, and I saw it because we were changing and peeing together. You know, she wears a lot of tank tops. That's all I'm saying is I got pictures of her in a lot of tank tops. These are the bodysuits that, because people, I guess, didn't know that they do the high side cut waist, or I don't know what it's called, high cut hip. I don't know. So this is basically what Sammy wants us to think that is, or that she was wearing. So it's possible. It's definitely possible.
In this image,
here we have a news clip, and pretty much the newscaster just said authorities. Hold on. I want it so that you can hear the whole thing. Smash that like if you guys haven't liked the stream yet also. And thank you again for being here.
In this image, authorities say she was wearing a black bodysuit, a black studded belt, green Dickies pants, and black Vans. Additional images from the Placer County Sheriff's Office show a sweatshirt they believe is still in her possession.
She was wearing this at the night of the party? Is that what she was wearing?
Yeah, so that top is...
Okay, so authorities said, according to that news clip, that she was wearing a black bodysuit. So that's where I get a little bit confused on, okay, so should we believe what the authorities are saying, even though the flyers and the official website say black tank top? Maybe it was just a detail that the mother said and didn't realize that it was a bodysuit. So all that information got pushed out there as a tank top when really it was a bodysuit. And Sammy is correct. And that skin on the side is just from it being a high cut. Or is it something deeper? Is it the authorities are putting out the term black bodysuit because Sammy has insisted that it was a black bodysuit? And remember, and let me know if you guys remember this, in the All-American Dream Chaser, he brings up the fact that the neighborhood app or something out there said that a black tank top was found, remember? And she said there's no confirmation that that was Sammy's tank top or Kylie's tank top. Remember, Sammy says that. Yeah, it's true. I mean, either one is possible. And yeah, Christy, she never mentions the black vans. Certain news sources don't mention the black vans either. But so she's asked if they actually did find a black tank top, and she pretty much says, like, we can't confirm that. So I want to hear right now this little clip of her talking about the bodysuit. He says, is this what she was wearing the night of the party? And she starts off and she says, yeah. And then she starts to like explain it like in more depth.
Was wearing?
Yeah, so that top is exactly what I saw her in. If you can see on her
So this top is exactly what she saw her in.
left side on her hip, you can see some,
which is strange since she's allegedly in the possession of a black hoodie and allegedly had been wearing a white hoodie with pink letters. So for Sammy to say, yes, this is exactly what I saw her in, now would be a good time for Sammy to say, but again, she did add a hoodie on at one point in the night. You know what I mean? Like, the fact that her account of what Kiely was wearing isn't aligning with law enforcement is telling us she was wearing is a huge red flag, in my opinion.
skin. She was wearing a black bodysuit. I remember because we went to the bathroom together, peed in the woods together a couple of times, and so that's her shirt right there.
And that's the thing is like, yeah, you know, when you're drunk and you're with your girlfriends, I definitely can envision this whole like popping a squat, you know, and oh, I'm in a bodysuit. Of course, it'd be annoying and you'd be giggling with your girlfriend because you have to unsnap it between your legs. It's like a onesie. But just the way that Sammy kind of describes this, sometimes I feel like is just a little bit too descriptive. Like the fact that she goes so hard that it was a bodysuit and she's seen it. And again, I could just be, and this is what I'm doing anyways, over analyzing Sammy. But let me know what you guys think.
Images from the Placer County Sheriff's Office show a sweatshirt they believe is still in her possession.
She was wearing this at the night of the party? Is that what she was wearing?
Yeah, so that top is exactly what I saw her in. If you can see on her left side on her hip, you can see some skin. She was wearing a black bodysuit. I remember because we went to the bathroom together, peed in the woods together a couple of times, and so that's her shirt right there. The pants were different that she wore to the party. She was wearing green Dickies pants, but that belt is definitely what she was wearing too. I remember watching her have to take it off when we were using the restroom together. We were out using the outdoor restroom, if like popping squat, basically. So yeah. And
like, I just feel like she over-explained that whole thing. Again, I could be wrong. And the other issue I have too is like, in my opinion, and I've seen it like everywhere, everyone is saying that those are Dickies. So for her to kind of say that those aren't the pants, but the belt is, like, I'm still kind of like, what? Again, I could be wrong, but a lot of people are saying like those look like Dickies to me. And also, guys, the media has yet to come out and say, this is the last CCTV footage we have of Kiely. Keep in mind, she actually ended up changing. So like law enforcement and the media hasn't come out and said what Sammy's saying. So Sammy's saying, yep, that's what I saw her in, but she changed those pants. Law enforcement isn't coming out to say that. And media isn't coming out to say this is what she was wearing. I mean, they have exactly the description as this is our last image of Kiely. They never once have said she changed, you know, because all this is just coming from Sammy.
It's just released from the Placer County Sheriff's Office. This picture, I just found it on their Facebook page.
Yeah.
So there's talk about this top, the spaghetti straps top. Some people are saying it was found at the area? Is that, can you confirm that, or is that
Yeah,
just...
so that has not been confirmed. If it has not been posted on our Find Kiely Rodni Instagram page or on...
Okay, so guys, we talked about this in my other live streams too. The fact that the Find Kiely Rodni Instagram page was being run by a few of her friends. It was just now taken over by a community volunteer person this week. So for the first week, Find Kiely Rodni's Instagram page was being ran by her friend, Kylie's friends. Sammy over here, she's asked the question about the tank top that was found allegedly, and she's saying that is not confirmed, which, by the way, that doesn't mean that it's not true. So was the tank top found? That's not confirmed. If it's not on our official Instagram page, then you can't rely on that information. So we're supposed to just follow this Instagram page that's being ran by you. So this is what she's saying at this point. And then she'll follow it up with, unless the Placer Sheriff Office says so. But the first source that she said for you to be checking and for you to kind of verify information is going to come from the Instagram page that her friends and her run. So sorry, but I'm not going to go to this Find Kiely Rodni Instagram that you're running in hopes you're going to give me the right information. And I put this on the screen. I've showed it before, but I think it needs to be shared again. One of the first posts on that Instagram page ran by the friend says, Kiely is still lost. We have no leads on where she is. If you report anything as a teen, you will not be held responsible. We have had kids report themselves for doing coke and drinking and smoking and shrooms and just about everything. Anything you say will not be used against you, and you will be in no trouble. So again, the friends think that Kylie's lost, according to this post, which is ran by the friends on the Instagram. It's still there if you guys look it up. This also pretty much says that they were doing just about everything at the party after listing a bunch of substances that was there.
On the website or on the Placer County Sheriff's Office.
So she says to source the Instagram page first, or the website, and then the last place that she wants you guys to source information is going to be the Placer Sheriff's Office. And look at her face, just like in disgust. Like she didn't even want to say the sheriff's office. Like she wants you to go to the Instagram page first, the page that she and the friends are running, and to get your information there. So know that tank top that he's asking hasn't been confirmed. And by the way, if you don't see it on the Instagram that they're running, then it can't be true. Very sketchy. Very, very sketchy.
Find Kiely Rodni Instagram page or on the website or on the Placer County Sheriff's Office, Facebook or anything, then it is not true and it is not something that people should be following on or trusting. The information will be posted and will be coming from us when it is confirmed. So to let people know what to look out for, if a changed shirt or something. So yeah, that has not been.
And remember, guys, this is before they came out with the pink hoodie, the pink and white hoodie. She said, check back at those sites if you want to see what's been confirmed, which, by the way, she still isn't denying that that tank top that was found was hers. She's just saying that has not been confirmed. So, that would obviously take some lab testing to verify, whose DNA was on it. Is it Kylie's skin cells, etc.? So I'm just very troubled by her kind of saying, if you want confirmed information, come to the Instagram that she's running. And yeah, lost. No, she's missing. Exactly. It's like their stories changed from that was posted on the 7th, August 7th. So the day after the missing person report went out, her friends were saying on Instagram, she's still lost. So, and then Sammy changed it to she got a ride home and pretty much an abduction. So very, very sketchy and questionable. And then she follows it up with, if you want to check confirmed information, like if her shirt changed, like what? This is before they came out and said that her hoodie was white and it had pink letters. So how would Sammy have kind of predicted like a shirt changing. So hold on a minute, guys. I got to re-listen. I want you guys to re-listen to that again.
It is confirmed. So to let people know what to look out for, if a changed shirt or something. So yeah, that has not been confirmed.
Okay.
A changed shirt or something? Huh? So you just know the future and know that the Placer County Sheriff Office was going to come out and say, actually, we have video of her wearing this hoodie. Like, how did Sammy know, like, that a shirt, that her description would be updated? Because she's suggesting, like, check back on the Instagram or on the official website or on the Placer Sheriff's Office, you know, if information gets changed, you know, like her shirt. What? You know, and here's her opportunity in this whole clip to kind of say, like, you know, she was wearing a hoodie at one point, like when I was saying bye to her, or, you know, we even seen that picture of the party and everyone's wearing long sleeves and long pants. So the fact that she doesn't mention this either hoodie is just kind of like, and then she goes so hard on saying that it's a bodysuit and she saw her dressing when they were peeing and blah, blah, blah. I'm just super focused on the fact that the description of the outfit is just not what Sammy's saying it is. I can't get over it. And thank you, Twisted Gemini, for becoming a member. I'm so glad you're here. And I appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much. So let me see where I want to go. So that, I think, hold on. Okay, yeah, this is just a video of Sammy's TikTok. I thought it was weird. I mean, like, somebody put together a video of her TikToks, like, but this is her videos. She's a creepy girl, in my opinion. But so what did you guys think about that? Is it a bodysuit? Is it a tank top? They found a tank top and she's saying that it hasn't been confirmed. So I just think that that's interesting too, because I mean, that very well could be her tank top that they have. Let me just play this audio clip of her kind of talking more about the tank top. It's not up on the screen, but I just think that it's interesting that they found a shirt and she's saying that it can't be confirmed nor denied that it's Kiely's.
You were at the party with her?
Yes, I was the last person to contact her after the party, and I was with her.
Wait, hold on, not that part. 1 second.
I wanted to see if you can comment on this. It says 2 days ago on the Neighbors app, at 1 o'clock in the morning, a topless female was being chased by a Honda CRV and was pulled back into the vehicle in Sacramento, California. That's about an hour and 38 minutes away from Prosser Campground. Kiely drives a Honda CRV. Her tank top was possibly found at the scene. I know we just discussed that. We can't verify that is true. Down the road from they're saying her tank top was found at the scene down the road from the Prosser Campground. The timestamps could be off due to a camera clock being accurate or inaccurate. But I don't know. Is there anything you can comment on that?
Yeah, so we are investigating into that currently, from my knowledge of the detectives, and it has not been confirmed nor denied that if that is Kiely, but we do not believe that her shirt has not been found. I can confirm that her shirt was not found, nor were any articles of her clothing at all.
Okay, so I want to let's repeat that. The spaghetti strap shirt that was claimed to have been found, that was not hers.
No, it was not her. It was investigated by the FBI and the cops and everything.
Thank you so much for clarifying that. So the spaghetti strap shirt, the top that was found, that did not belong to Kiely Rodni. Thank you for that, Sammy.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily believe Sammy on that, you know, like until law enforcement has said, like, yeah, it was a dead end or whatever. I mean, maybe it wasn't hers. Regardless, Sammy's over here acting like she knows everything. I don't trust a damn word she's saying. Let me see. Okay, so this on the screen, and yeah, Caroline, I see exactly where you're headed there. Reason for two hoodies, spillage on one, swapped it for a dry, unsmelly one. And I've thought too, like the way that Sammy describes, like, no, I know she was wearing a bodysuit, because we went pee together and we were popping a squat, blah, blah, blah. That very well could be true. I mean, we've all done it, wasted, out in camping or whatever, and with a girlfriend or, but then I'm also thinking the way that she just over described it all to me. I'm like, was it because you were out in the woods popping a squat, or is it because you had to change her and she was inebriated? Kylie's, either passed out and you're changing her because she had thrown up on herself, or maybe she was, I hate to go down this avenue, but sometimes when people OD, they piss themselves. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what the scene was, but the way that Sammy describes her clothing and the lack of mentioning the hoodies, to me, makes it seem like that was purposely not mentioned. And, her saying that the pants were different, it's like, it's just too much. It makes me think, like, was there a moment when they were changing Kiely, or I don't know. Do you guys think that that's possible? Yeah, Cat's Meow says she gives too much info. Yeah. I think so too. Like, I think that the information that she gives could definitely be something little, or maybe it's something that's sticking out in her mind because of something else that happened. You know what I mean? But she wants you to think that it was because they were popping a squat together and she's seen she was wearing the bodysuit. Like, I'm just thinking that. And then her to kind of hyper focus about the belt. She's like, the belt, that's definitely what she was wearing. I remember the belt or whatever. It's like, did you have to change her? Is that why you remember the belt? You know what I mean? Like, I just can't help but think, like, maybe there's another reason why she's so adamant of what she was wearing, even though everything Sammy is saying she was wearing, law enforcement has come out saying otherwise. And hello, allegedly, with Brittany. I'm so glad you're here. And I wanted to thank you for joining the channel, and I saw you on Zav Girl and I found your comments very interesting. Yeah, I drank from every cup that she drank from. Convenient. So that means that there wasn't some sort of accidental OD, or, she's just got to answer for everything and every avenue that maybe we want to ponder and go down. I also found it strange that that interviewer on All American Dream Chaser had to kind of ask her for certain information. Like, is there anything strange or unique about her vehicle that you want to tell us? And then all of a sudden, Sammy was like, yes, there is actually. And it's like, shouldn't you have told us about this, quote, bull sticker on her Honda, like, before? Like, it just seemed like she wasn't given these extra details that, like, somebody who really wanted to find a missing person would be giving. Like, the first thing you would have said when you went on there is, like, her height and her eye color, etc., and then describing the vehicle. You know what I mean? But instead, Sammy doesn't really go into all that unless she's asked about it. And then all of a sudden, she's got a lot to say. You know what I mean? So it's just that, to me, stands out. Sometimes it's not what they're saying. Sometimes it's what they're not saying, and then are kind of asked on and then has to kind of say. So this on the screen was just a screenshot that I had taken from social media where Placer County Sheriff's Office kind of responded. Somebody said, why haven't y'all looked into Sammy yet? Unbelievable. And then somebody commented, how do you know they haven't? And then 2 likes, and Placer County was one of the likes. So, I mean, I know that we kind of assumed that they were looking into Sammy, but this kind of verifies, like, yeah, they're aware, you know what I mean? And they want the public to know that, like, yeah, we're aware. We're not turning a blind eye. So the other little thing that I kind of wanted to hone in on with you guys and get your opinion on, also besides the bodysuit tank top thing, but and also why the main things I want to question you guys in this live stream is, why did Kiely want to go home around midnight? Why is Sammy saying it's a bodysuit, even though all the other reports are saying black tank top? Again, maybe law enforcement, because they've put out bodysuit also. So I'm not going to say that they haven't, but maybe they're just going along with Sammy's description as part of tactic when they know it was actually a tank top or something. Do you know what I mean? Because they will do that. Or maybe it's just it always was a bodysuit and everyone is just overanalyzing it and honing in on Sammy for no reason and thinking that Sammy's making something up when she's not. You know, it could really go either way. So I started hearing people talk about how Sammy had bruises. And in all the news clips and everything I seen, I couldn't see any bruising. I checked her face, I checked her arms, her neck. Unfortunately, a lot of the clips of her are from the waist up. So I had very little images to kind of go by as far as the waist down. So I just noticed around her knee area, it looked a bit bruised, and I wanted to get your guys' opinion on it. Before I do that, let me see what you guys are saying in chat because I have somebody's asking me what I think. Hi, Melmac. You saw one on her arm. Is it in this photo? If anyone has any bruising pictures of Sammy, send them to me. My email is ambrd06@gmail. I will write it in chat right now because I want to look, and the bruising, quote, bruising is important if there is any. So hold on. Somebody asked me. No, my question is, why did Sammy not mention the necklaces Kiely wore? Thank you for bringing that up because I know there was another description of her appearance that Sammy left out. So she left out both hoodies. She never mentioned the Van shoes. She says that it's a bodysuit, not a tank top. She says the pants aren't the same, and she never mentioned the necklaces. So thank you. And I think that law enforcement are releasing these descriptions of what she was wearing spaced out like they have as strategy. Wait, I want to know what you guys were thinking or asking what I was thinking about. What was the question? Yeah, I don't know, Mike. Do girls wear bodysuits on cooler days normally? Does anyone know temperature that night in case it makes sense? Yeah, I know what you're getting at. Those bodysuits are super popular for raves and parties too. So that's why I was thinking maybe she was wearing it. You know, it's just kind of like the style. But yeah, I don't believe Sammy or Megs. They are too fake. Yeah, and they're very unemotional. My question, why did Sammy not mention the necklaces? Okay. I looked on one bed. How can Sammy confirm it's not her top? It sounds like she's making stuff up as she goes. She should refer people to law enforcement for information. Law enforcement knows way more than they are saying. Exactly. And yet, instead of referring to law enforcement, she said to go to the Instagram page that her and her friend and the friends are running for confirmed information. Like, no, not going to happen. And hello, Nikki Rex. Oh, hi, Karen. Thanks for being here. So apparently the weather could get down to 48 degrees at night. Thank you for that. Can you scroll up to my comment? Okay, hold on. Let me scroll up. Is it this one? She said they drank from the same cup, but she did not say nothing was in it as far as I know. Oh, okay. What if they share drinks, but there was something in it and Sammy just isn't mentioning it? That's also how she could forget about, let's say, the white sweatshirt. Yeah, I agree. I mean, the fact that she has to emphasize that they were drinking from the same cup is just a red flag to me. Oh, thank you, Karen. I'll check that out. All right, so you guys let me know in chat. I'm just going to hone in on these photos. Let me know if you see bruises like around the knee area. And remember, and I'm sure you guys are well aware, sometimes when you're inebriated and you get in an accident, your body doesn't really take the brunt of it because you're very relaxed and your muscles are relaxed and you're inebriated. So you're not going to really tense up like when you see the accident coming on, or if you see like a collision about to take place, you're slow to reaction because you're drunk, you know? So sometimes there's been cases where people have gotten in accidents while they were drunk and they really walked away like no scrapes or whatever because of that aspect. So I've always just kind of kept in my mind, like, okay, so did an accident happen and, you know, they were drunk. So there's not much to really wreck because you're just in that state where it doesn't really like bother you much as far as like the collision, because, you know, so maybe that's why there's like a lack of other bruises. These knees here aren't dirty, like they don't have any paint on them. And if you guys screenshot, I definitely see like what looks like bruising to me. Again, it could be shadows. It's very hard to tell. In this photo, I feel like even though there is paint, I see some bruising. I don't know if it's dirt. It could be dirt. It could be bruising. That's why I'm asking you guys, please send me any other photos of Sammy or any of the friends really that makes it seem like, you know, there are a bit of, there's some bruising there. And hi, Roxanne, thank you for being here. So that's just kind of what I want to question with you guys. Are these bruises? Why did Kiely say that she wanted to go home? And is it a tank top or a bodysuit? You know, being drunk and being in an accident is usually less impact on the outside, at least, than being sober in a car wreck. Exactly. Yeah, that's true, Savannah. I mean, it could go so many directions. She could have fallen over drunk. She could have been on her knees trying to resuscitate somebody. I mean, we can't just think that it was one thing and not the other. There's a lot of avenues of why there could be bruises, you know, or something on her knee. Also, do you guys think that this selfie is Sammy on the bottom? It shows like half her face, and then you see Kiely and Mags. Curious what you guys think, because I thought that that was Sammy, but it's hard to tell. So I was wondering your guys' opinion on that. And hello, Rebecca. Thank you for being here. Okay, sounds good, Rebecca. From what I can tell from the drone footage, there was no embankments or cliffs in that area. Good to know. And they definitely would have known by now if there had been some sort of accident because, you know, tire tracks, and there would have been evidence of an accident taking place. I'm seeing a lot of people say that it looks like Sammy. I definitely think it looks like Sammy. Kiely is obviously there in that hoodie, which she was wearing the night of the party. Law enforcement have come out saying that they have a video of her wearing it, and yet we have Sammy never mentioning it. And then this is just to kind of reiterate that they did say they did not have hundreds of photos and videos, even though Sammy said that she's got hundreds of videos and photos, but Kiely wasn't in any of them. Hi, Scott. Good morning. But I don't know, guys. So that pretty much concludes everything I wanted to talk to you guys about. I've seen some after a drunk car wreck, car accident. Car was completely totaled, and I was shocked by how little bruising the person had. Exactly. And that happens time and time again, you know, because you're not anticipating the wreck. Your body is slow to react, you know, so you're not tensing up or you're not putting your hands up or this and that. So there could have been a wreck, and that could be a possible scenario. And the two, whoever was with Kiely, doesn't have very many markings because they were drunk too. I don't know, guys. I definitely think it's possible for sure. I don't know. Crime Curious. That's strange because I thought I turned on that option. Hold on, let me check. I do a lot. I make these live streams like late at night. So sometimes I'm just tired and forget to turn something on, but it should be an option. I don't know. Hold on. Oh, wait, guys. I don't know what I'm thinking. I wanted to show you guys something. I'm like not ready to leave you guys. All right. So this was an old. It's showing that option on my side, Crime Cure, or whoever asked that. I don't know. Either way, I wanted to show you guys this. So this was on. Okay, so it was published August 15th. What did I? Okay, yeah. So this is a timeline. Here it shows the Placer Sheriff Office saying that she's wearing a black spaghetti strap bodysuit. So they're kind of aligning with Sammy's description. And, you know, maybe it's tactic and they know it's actually a tank top and they actually have her tank top or something, you know, or maybe it is a bodysuit. And we all need to let go of the tank top thing. I don't know. So there was something I wanted to show you guys. Okay, so she says to her mother around 11:30 that she plans to leave the party in 45 minutes and come straight home. So why is she telling friends around midnight that she wanted to go home? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But what I really wanted to show you guys is, where is it? Where is it? Okay, this. No. Not that. Give me a second, guys. There's something on. Okay. This right here. I never saw this mentioned before. Have you guys? And this is from People. Everything else in the article seems completely accurate. So that's why I'm not ready. Thank you, Florida. I'm not really ready to say that this is fake news and they're reporting inaccurately. But sadly, we kind of have to keep that in our mind that mainstream media does get things wrong. But I don't know, guys. I've never seen this mentioned, and I find it interesting if this is true. Authorities collect a bag of evidence from the campground, but do not release information about what they found. Had you guys seen that before? Let me know if you guys have seen that. Maybe I'm just slow to it. I feel like that is very interesting and important in a way. What are you guys thinking? Okay, everyone's saying no, they hadn't seen that. Yeah, they do get things inaccurate, but I'm like, I swear, guys, I combed through this whole article. I mean, look, they're sourcing Placer County Sheriff's Office, and like everything in this timeline seems like everything we already know. You know what I mean? And then I scrolled all the way down, and I was like, okay. In a meeting, Nevada County Sheriff's Captain Sam Brown tells everyone to protect any possible evidence they may find. Be really careful, he says. A footprint could be important. A tire track could become important. Authorities collect a bag of evidence from the campground, but do not release information about what they found. And remember in that little clip that we played earlier on All American Dream Chaser, they're talking about some tank top found near the campsite, and Sammy says, no, not confirmed. If you want confirmation, come to this Instagram page. Like, no. I think it's possible. I don't know. I don't want to say it was the tank top that they collected, but I think it's interesting that Sammy says, no, they haven't found any items of her clothing. Why would she think that they'd be finding her clothing items like separate anyways? Like, it was just weird that she said that. They haven't found any articles of her clothing or something like that. It's like she was saying it in a way that she knew that, like, all her clothing wouldn't be on her. I don't know. Maybe I'm just overanalyzing. But regardless, I found that very interesting. August 15th, People magazine reported that evidence was collected from the campground in a bag, but they don't know what it is. Yeah, Sammy is BS. Yeah, she is BSing all of us. I agree. Well, Izzy, yeah, sorry, but I would have called my mom, not text. And that's the thing is, like, people have speculated that it wasn't her texting, but people have also said that they saw Kiely after that. So it must have been Kiely texting. The thing that I'm confused on is, like, I don't know. I don't want to shame anything, but I would have called my daughter. Like, if she texted saying, "Can I stay later?" or "I'm going to leave in 45," I would have called and been like, "What's going on? Why is everything changing?" But that's just me. Also, if you were drunk, yeah, that's the thing too. If she was drunk, why is she able to text completely fine? That's why I'm thinking more and more that she wasn't as drunk as Sammy's saying she was. Yeah, I think they would have collected everything that was left behind, every scrap, every bottle top, every butt. Exactly. They need to run DNA tests and toxicology tests on everything that was picked up. They also, I was thinking too, like, they'll find a bottle that has a barcode on the back and they'll be able to locate what liquor store, what stores sold that piece of alcohol. And then they can check CCTV footage or a credit card name or whatever and find out exactly where this stuff is coming from. And then they can go down the list and kind of mark off, like, okay, this is meaningful, this is not, blah, 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 blah. Is Sammy the only one saying she was drunk? Is she, guys? I'm trying to think. Yeah, I wonder that too, Delana. Did they find one of the necklaces? Guys, I really am, like, thinking, and I'm thinking, like, Sammy is the only one that was saying she was drunk, because Mags never says it. Because, again, remember, according to Mags, she left within 10 minutes. Makes no sense. After arriving with Kiely. Jagger, one of the last things he said to Kiely was, "Don't do anything stupid." But that doesn't insinuate that she was drunk. Most of the time when people are drunk, as Sammy claims, people text in their not normal way. For mom to say it was her daughter, someone could have copy pasted, edited an older message. That's true, Scott. Like, I'm totally open to the idea that it wasn't Kiely texting the mother, but then I'm thinking, like, but then that was at 11:30. People saw Kiely after that saying that she wanted to go home. So did she not have her phone with her then? And somebody else had it? Because according to mom, this text came in at 11:30. And then according to other reports, like, Elsa saw her around midnight. So I don't know. I tend to think that maybe it was Kiely texting the mother. I hope law enforcement are closer than they are letting on. I hope so too. They did say that they were following up on leads. So, all right, let me, yeah, exactly. And Jagger says that she is alive and well. How the heck does he know that? And why? He said that after she was missing for like 6 days. Why would she be alive and well if she's missing that long? That made zero sense to me. Right. If she was actually that drunk earlier, it may have been someone using her phone without her knowledge, perhaps. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, because she's so drunk that she's not realizing someone else is kind of using her phone. And then she ends up saying to multiple people that she wanted to go home around midnight. Because that whole detail is kind of like stuck in my head too. Like, why ask to stay later if you want to go home, like, and you're telling people a half hour after asking your mom to stay later that I don't know. It's just very strange. Yeah, exactly. I agree, Crime Curious. Like, was she actually drunk? I think that that question needs to be circulated because a lot of people are just painting her as like this wasted girl, you know what I mean? And like maybe she really wasn't, you know? I think it's possible that it's not what Sammy is saying. All right, so I wanted to share another article with you guys, not this one, but I just wanted you guys to kind of see this. And isn't it interesting that according to this article, authorities collected a bag of evidence from the campground? So that was noteworthy, and I hope you guys think so too. Now let me share this part. This was another article. When was this? Modified the 10th. So again, this is like 8 days old. Scroll down. As soon as I start seeing quotations, that's where I get interested. I called her and sent her text too, and she didn't answer. That's when I knew something was wrong. So that is from the mother, I'm assuming talking about the next day when she realized she wasn't there. In her final text to her mother, Kiely Rodni said she would leave the party in 45 minutes. I told her to be safe and that I loved her, and she said, okay, Mom, I love you too. Okay, her cell phone virtually untraceable shortly thereafter. These were the things that I kind of wanted to go through again with you guys. Kiely Rodni's friend, Sammy Smith, was the last person to see the missing teen before she disappeared, which that's not true because if she was left at the party, according to Sammy said, and there was a bunch of people in the background, so I know she was still at the party. So other people would have seen her too. But according to Sammy, she does say like she was the last one to talk to her or whatever. The last time I saw Kiely was around 12:25 in the morning of the party. I was leaving and I gave her a hug, telling her I love her and goodbye for her to get home safe or be safe. Notice how she emphasizes get home safe or be safe. She was having a fun time at the party, just being a teenager. Everything she drank, I drank out of, and there was nothing that seemed off about her. I never expected this to happen, ever. Nobody in this town did. Sammy Smith said she believed Kiely was most likely the victim of kidnapping. Like, I don't know, guys. Like, I know everything's up on the table, but is anyone else thinking that kidnapping is the avenue? I mean, everything's on the table. And remember, when asked by an All-American Dream Chaser, they said, did you notice anybody kind of like sketchy around her at the party? Because if you're going to say that she was kidnapped, surely there must have been somebody that was kind of eyeing her that you noticed, because she really does make it seem like they were around each other the whole time. But anyways, she says that to be honest, I was super inebriated. So, for some reason she's going to say she was kidnapped, but in the same breath, she's saying that she didn't notice anybody strange around her because she was too drunk. Sammy also thinks someone else is involved, but can't remember if anyone weird was around her. And at one point, Sammy also says that in one of the news interviews that she hopes when Kiely comes back that she'll be able to tell her story. So you're going to think that she was kidnapped, but you also want her to tell her story? Like, what the heck? That's terrible. But that's what Sammy said. The behavior of friends do not lead me to think that, like, as far as kidnapping, I agree. I totally agree. Yeah, exactly. And that's what Don Wells said about Summer Wells in the Summer Wells case, that she was kidnapped. And yet authorities have said in that case also, there's nothing to lead them to think that she was kidnapped. So, guys, it's eerie. It's all getting very eerie. To me, the most suspicious part of Sammy's stories is this hard work to make sure we all know Kiely was not drugged up via spiked drink. A weird thing to harp on, it seems to me. I agree. And like I said, Caroline, when my fiance heard that clip of her saying like anything she drank out of, I drank out of, he was like, I literally almost seen him like break his neck. He was like, what? He's like, that is sketchy. Like, who does that? Like, it's like she wants her story. She's using the media to kind of just like paint her narrative and like steer it a certain way. And she's not using the media and YouTube to give the important details, like about either one of the hoodies, or about the Van sneakers, or about the necklaces she was allegedly wearing. Everything Sammy wants to tell us is just stuff that's like, why is she even telling us this stuff? Like, unnecessary detail, over describing what seat she was in the vehicle. It's just not adding up. Yeah, why do you leave your friend? Go together, stay together. Yeah, and she arrived with Megs. So Megs is not off the hook either. Like, she left within 10 minutes of after coming out, that we find out that Megs helped put this all together. It's just like, what? This party was so overwhelming that Sammy had to leave it at one point, or Sammy wanted to leave and felt overwhelmed, but she left without Kiely. It absolutely makes no sense. And I just think that we have a lot to kind of question. Hi, CDT. No problem. You're late. We're pretty much concluding everything. We're done. But I really appreciate you guys all being here. I appreciate everybody who joined the membership today. And thank you so much. And everyone else, please like this stream, get the story out there. ATS News, everyone keeps discounting people being taken while forgetting about Chloe Smith, 4-year-old, while camping by a stranger from her neighborhood. Yeah. And that ended in a good ending. So, I mean, it's definitely possible. It's just, I don't know, authorities are not leaning towards that, it seems, especially with a specialized task force coming in, although the task force could be specific for abductions. I mean, they have the FBI working on this. So it's all being ironed out behind the scenes, I'm sure, and I'm hoping, and I'm feeling like they are re-interviewing some of these kids. So that's good to rely on too. Her mom said Kiely went to the party with her dearest friend. Yeah, Megs. So why did Megs leave her? Because she was being made to forcibly take bong rips without her boyfriend present. I mean, that, I don't believe that. I don't buy it at all. Yeah, it's possible, Savannah. I'm still thinking an older guy at the party took her in a car. Yeah, I just feel like this whole older guys were there is another like red herring. Like, okay, just because there was older guys there, that means that they wanted to kidnap. Like, just because it's an older guy, how does that equal she was kidnapped? I mean, if people said, oh yeah, we have a RSO at the party and this RSO was there and that RSO was there, then I would kind of be like, ooh, who is this guy? And why was he there with the younger kids? But if it's just older people there, to me, that just seems like another, like, look in this direction, point over here at these older guys. Like, that just doesn't really equate, abduction to me, just because older guys were there. Like I said, if you're going to show me older guys that had a troubling history, then maybe I would consider that. Like, if there was older guys on the list who have criminal records of them trying to solicit teens online or something like that, then I would be interested in going down that avenue. But just because there was older guys there, I'm not just going to be like, older guys, that means they were trying to kidnap. Like, it just doesn't really equate. Like I said, if the older guys have like a criminal history that has stuff to do with minors, that's a different story. And maybe that'll come out eventually. But other than that, guys, I really don't have anything else to really discuss. I don't know. I just hope we get more answers. I hope that something kind of breaks in this case. Let me check Twitter real quick to see if there's any updates. No, they're just saying that they're announcing a new phase in the ongoing search, which we already knew about. Yeah, I agree with this too. Let me share my screen and kind of play this because I'd noticed this too. Sometimes in the All American Dream Chaser video, have you guys noticed this too? Her demeanor kind of like changes. Like with certain questions, she gets like quiet and like like she answers like she doesn't really want to. So this is what Nerdy Addict noticed too, and they have a lot of good points. This is what I picked up last night and why I asked the Pascal show if this was the first time Sammy had seen the photo of Kiely that law enforcement just released. Her demeanor changes. She goes quiet and studies it. Her demeanor changes in real time, in my opinion. Yeah, I noticed this too. She definitely gets a certain like weirdness to her when they're talking about the image. Like, her outfit. Like as soon as they start describing the outfit, just watch Sammy.
The Placer County Sheriff's Office, this picture, I just found it on their Facebook page.
Yeah.
So there's talk about this top, the spaghetti.
Look at her lips.
Some people are saying it was found at the area. Is that, can you confirm that? Or the Placer County Sheriff's Office, this picture, I just found it on their Facebook page.
Yeah.
So there's talk about this top, the spaghetti straps top. Some people are saying it was found at the area. Is that, can you confirm that? Or the
So yeah, that's the end of the clip, but pretty much Nerdy Addict pointing out what we were kind of discussing. Like she's just not wanting to like go into the description of her outfit, in my opinion. What do you guys think? She just looks like she's like disgusted with it or like doesn't want to even, I don't know, guys. Strange. It's strange. Yeah, we're all side-eyeing Sam. Yeah, definitely Izzy Rose. I agree. It's a small circle. In my opinion, I believe there were 3 people involved. I definitely think it's a small circle. Her expression changed. Yes. Sammy is sketchy. Agree. Hi, Allison. We're wrapping up, but I hope you watch the replay because we pointed out a lot of good stuff. A lot of interesting stuff we also uncovered in one of these articles, Allison. It was from the People magazine, and it basically said that they collected a bag of evidence at the campground, but they don't know what it was. So People magazine reported authorities collected some evidence at the campground in a bag, but nobody knows what it is. So we're all kind of questioning and wondering what exactly that could be. I don't know, but hopefully they have something solid. Good. I'm so glad you'll go back and watch because I love your take on cases, and everyone who's watching on replay. Thank you so much. And comment down below your thoughts and your theories. And I really, look forward to seeing all those. And I will look forward to talking to you guys all very soon. And hopefully we have new things to discuss and some positive stuff to discuss in the investigation, because I'm really not liking how we're finding all this stuff about Sammy that just is suspicious. Like I want there not to be any suspicion. I just want it to be like a cut and dry, like this is what happened and no one's involved that we thought, because that would be great. And I would gladly come on here and apologize for narrowing my opinions and stuff as like Sammy being like nefarious and suspicious. I'd love to be wrong. So thanks again, guys. We will talk very soon, and goodbye. I hope everyone has a great day, and hit that thumbs up on your way out.